guys, it's your girl T. So a lot of folks have been wanting me to talk about this viral story. It's coming from Louisville, Kentucky. And it's about this mother. Her name is Elizabeth Wren. And basically about a week and a half ago, she lost both of her boys. One was 14-year-old Larry Ordway and the other one was 16-year-old Maurice Gordon. And this situation is just insane to me. You know, when I first heard this story, it just broke my heart because so many people failed these young boys, okay? So what's going down is that basically these young boys were brothers. They, from all accounts, they were good students in school. They got good grades. But outside of school, they were very involved in a lot of nefarious activities. And they started looking up to this 25-year-old man. He was a struggle rapper named RAMBO. And so these kids are in Rambo's rap videos. And he's basically using all these teenagers to do his dirty work, okay? And, you know, their Facebook pages were open at the time. And you see these kids with money and cash and everything else. But what disturbed everyone was when they saw the mother's Facebook page. You saw her blued up. She has her youngest daughter in all blue, you know, with a blue flag, you know, claiming Crip and everything else. The whole situation was just insane. So what ended up happening is that these young boys, their bodies were found the other day. They were stabbed to death and burnt by RAMBO. So much stuff that's coming out. So what they're saying is that basically about a month ago, these young boys were with RAMBO when he killed a man, okay? And so he killed this man, and these young boys were scared. You know, they were 14 and 16 years old. And they go to their mother, and they tell their mother that, you know, they watch RAMBO kill a guy, and they're really scared because now RAMBO wants them to put in work. But these young boys, they weren't really about that life. They didn't want to kill anybody. They didn't want to go down that path. And they told their mom that they were scared that RAMBO might do something to them. And instead of the mother stepping up as a mother and saying, you know what, we're getting the hell up out this neighborhood. If I got to ship y'all out of town, that's what I'm going to do. The mother does nothing. RAMBO comes and he picks these little boys up in the middle of the night, and literally within 24 hours, they're dead. This story is just crazy, and it's just so disheartening. I could not make this shit up if you paid me. I want you guys to watch these news clips. Check this out. I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
Murder, tampering with evidence, abuse of a corpse. The man charged in the gruesome killings of 2 Louisville teens pleading not guilty in court. His bond now set at $1 million. Thanks for joining us here on Wave 3 News at 5. I'm Scott Reynolds.
And I'm Shannon Kogan. 4 days after the bodies were found, police open up about the case as the teen's mother defends her sons.
And we begin our team coverage with Wave 3 News reporter Natalia Martinez, who spoke not only to police but the teen's mom. Natalia, did she know her son's alleged killer at all?
She did, and she knew that her sons were hanging out with him. She said that he would try to get them to do his dirty work. She said that by the time her sons realized just how dangerous this guy was, that's when she says they were killed.
2 teens, 2 sides, and 1 man now accused of luring them to their brutal death.
That this is about Reese and Larry resting in peace. They were brutally beating. Do y'all understand that?
The teen's mother says her sons were hanging out with Bryce Rhodes, who police say stabbed the teens, then burned their bodies.
There's certain pieces of information that we're not going to release at this point, motive being one of them.
It was all detectives on deck to make the arrest, weeding through a slew of rumors.
They did outstanding work, some of the best work that I've seen.
The teen's mother says her sons witnessed the murder Rhodes committed and told her they were scared.
I ain't got an answer to no newscast and none of y'all. I saved y'all's kid's life from this monster that did this to my kid.
Marie Wren says the 14 and 16-year-old brothers were good students who were not in a gang. Their profile pictures holding guns, a front for other thugs who had tried to jump them before.
Everybody wants to be tough and a gangster these days when they're teenagers. Everybody wants to show what weapon they got. That's just what it is.
Wren says these are her sons, laughing, happy, being teens, on the honor roll, something police also recognized.
These kids were doing well. They were doing well in school, and then, you know, they make choices with who they're running around with, and, you know, it leads to something like this.
Wren says her sons sneaked out Saturday night. Their bodies were found Sunday morning. She now has a warning to other parents.
So before y'all start judging somebody, take a look at your kids' drawers and their internet, and I bet you'll be surprised.
The The mom also wants to make one other thing clear. She says that there's a GoFundMe page that someone set up. She says she doesn't want a dime from any of that money. I'll tell you why. She said she didn't call police after the teens were first missing. That's coming up at 6. Reporting live, Natalia Martinez.
Police have charged a man and a juvenile in connection to the murders of these 2 teens. We're also asking questions on that side. Ways 3 News reporter Myra Ansari continuing our team coverage from Metro Corrections. And Myra, we found out that these boys were no strangers to the adult suspect, Bryce Rhodes.
That's right, Scott. They're both in disturbing videos with each other, rap videos that we found the suspect and the victims that are in together. We found out that Bryce Rhodes is no stranger to authorities in southern Indiana, and he was in court today to face a number of charges.
The Rhodes judge, he's present.
Bryce Rhodes is just 25 years old. If he's convicted of the charges he's facing, he could spend a lifetime behind bars. The case troubling to so many, including RENADA Frampton. She came to Rhodes' hearing. She says she's a friend of Marie Wren's.
But he knew the kids is in his music video.
I'm trapping and I'm jugging, trap.
We found the videos on YouTube. Rhodes appears to be a rapper who went by the name RAMBO. Each video features guns and references to drugs, sex, and violence. The teen victims are also in some of the scenes.
It's just shocking.
Other local aspiring rappers find the video disturbing, even more troubling that kids were a part of it, giving their industry a bad name.
That street life, that negativity, that's for the birds.
You might not have. This ain't a life you want to play with.
According to these arrest reports, Rhodes was implicated by his juvenile co-defendant and went back to his home off High Avenue to assist in cleaning up the crime scene. During the investigation, police say the juvenile co-defendant also told police about Rhodes' involvement with another murder, that of 40-year-old Christopher Jones on South 41st Street. Rhodes is no stranger to Clark County prosecutor Jeremy Mole, who says he's convicted Rhodes of several felonies in the past and sent him to prison.
Some of those convictions include criminal confinement, intimidation, and armed robbery. And it is no surprise to me that he's been arrested for another offense.
Of course not. It's not all in vain.
They were just good boys, really, really good boys.
Loved music, loved to cut up. You know, they just loved to cut up and love life.
And this negativity stuff on Facebook, people need to step back and be in her shoes.
And
I know there's a lot of bad pictures in there and stuff, but those boys weren't in any gangs or anything like that.
It's sick and sad how we can't come together for these kids.
Amen.
I've been with them since they was born, and I mean it's close. We're a close-knit family.
We all we got.
And 2 innocent boys. They could be graduating Friday, and then this nonsense happens.
She's a good mother. She was close to her boys. She's lost the only thing that she ever had, and it was her boys. She did love her boys. She's very close to them boys.
Give her a hand, y'all.
All right, so you guys just watched the news clip, and I also have a longer footage where the news did a full interview with the mother. That's 20 minutes. It's on my website if you guys want to check it out. The mother literally got me wanting to just pull my hair out. Like, the mother just has me so frustrated. While I feel bad for her because nobody deserves to lose 2 of their children, you know, I couldn't even imagine and then in the manner in which these kids were killed is just horrific. And now the 25-year-old man has been arrested. They've also arrested 2 other young boys who were friends of these boys, who the older guy basically talked them into killing these 2 boys. But I place a lot of this blame on the mother. You know, this is insane to me. Like, how the hell do you condone this lifestyle? Yes, it's hard being a young mother, but at the end of the day, you chose to have these babies. You have to stay on top of them. You can't just say, check their social media pages after the fact. Their social media pages were wide open. The mother knew how her kids was getting down. You know what I'm saying? These kids didn't own a house. There's no way I could come into my place right now and my son could be sitting at my kitchen table with a whole bunch of money on the table, counting it, and I'm cool with that. The mother condoned this lifestyle. You know, this whole situation really reminds me of The Wire when you think about it. If you guys really think that that woman who played Namon Bryce's mother was fictional, y'all got another thing. There's a lot of women out here, I don't care if they're black, white, Hispanic, who have that same mentality as the mother on The Wire, who want their sons to put in work, who want their sons to be about that life, like the same man who knocked them up and left them. You know, this is just insane. Check out this snippet from The Wire real quick.
And he's still walking around?
I'm gonna talk to him, Ma. Make sure this never happened again.
Look at me, boy. Kennard got to feel some pain for what he did. He got to.
I don't...
You don't what, motherfucker? This how you pay me back for all the love I showed? Shit. I've been kept you in Nike since you wearing diapers.
I'm trying.
You trying, huh? That's what you gonna tell your father the next time you see him? That you trying? Or you gonna tell him what you've done?
Well, he done got him locked up.
That's right. Weebay walked in Jessup a man, and he gonna walk out one. But you out here, wearing his name, acting a bitch. Oh, look at you, crying now.
All right, so you guys just saw that snippet, and I really feel like this is how this mother was. She was grooming her boys to be gangsters, you know what I'm saying? She wanted her boys to be about that life, and, you know, once they realized that they were not ready for that, they were not ready for the big leagues, they were not ready to take somebody's life, that they just wanted to be kids again, it was too late. And the sad part is that I don't understand how this mother could have been cool with a 25-year-old man who is not much younger than the mother running the streets with her boys. There's no way in hell my son, who is in between these boys' age, my son is 15, there's no way in hell he could be running the streets with a 25-year-old gang-banging ass man. I blame the mother, okay? She knew this man was coming to get her sons. She knew this man was up to no good, but she was too busy gang-banging herself, running the streets, and not being a mother to her children. You know, because if she was really a mother to her children, there'd be no way she'd be sitting here blued up. There'd be no way she'd be sitting here dressing her daughter, you know what I'm saying, in all blue and having her daughter throw up gang signs. You know, while I feel bad for her loss, I don't feel bad that folks are dragging her, because it's because of her negligence that her boys are dead. These boys came to her and said, Mom, we're scared. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to put in work. We're not about that life. We don't want to kill nobody. And instead, you don't do anything. You don't go to the police. You don't try and move your boys out the neighborhood. You know, and I understand she's poor. She may not have the money, but she could at least ship them out. She got a brand new weave. Her nails are done. You know, and then folks are like, she looks high as hell in the video. Hell yeah, I'd be high too. If I found out that, you know, that my own kids ended up in that demise, I don't blame her for being high as hell on camera. I can imagine the pain that she's going through. She passed out at the visual. You know, I know this shit is killing her inside. I know she has to take a brunt of this blame. You know what I'm saying? I went out to those boys' Facebook pages. Those boys were adorable, but they wasn't hiding nothing. You got these boys in rap music videos with guns and everything else. They're on Facebook page with no shirt on. And when they were posting these pictures, they were between the ages of 13 and 14. You know, so the mother knew what these boys were doing. She's trying to act like she didn't know, but she knew. And I understand that you can't be everywhere at once, and that you can't be involved in everything that your kids are involved in. But if you're raising your kids a certain way, there's no way in hell your kids would even post some pictures like that on Facebook, because the first thing they're going to think is, you know what if my mama sees this? What if my mama sees this? What if my dad sees this? You know, so certain ways that you raise your kids. I'm not saying that you're going to know everything that your kids are involved in and that you're going to know everything that your kids are doing. But if your kids have respect for you, there's certain things that they're going to hide from you. And from what I see, these kids didn't have no respect for her because she was too busy trying to be their friend. Because these kids didn't hide anything. They're in a local rap video that everybody in the hood knew about. They're on social media flossing, you know, throwing up gang signs, flossing money and everything else. You know, he's posting pictures of his mama talking about, you know, look at my mom, Dukes. So she was cool with this lifestyle until the lifestyle came to collect on her two boys. You know, this whole situation is sick, especially knowing that these kids were genuinely good kids. They were just very, very misguided. Even the police officers said they were straight A students. They were getting good grades. They just needed that guidance, and the mother was not guiding them in the right direction. Like, this story breaks my heart because y'all know I have two boys. So when I see stuff like this, like, it just makes me so upset because they wanted a chance. They wanted to change their lives around. They knew that, you know what, I don't want to go down that path. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to take another person's life. And instead, this damn grown-ass man ended up manipulating two other kids because the other kids who helped stab them, who held them down, were 15 and 17 years old. Again, it reminds me of The Wire. If you guys remember in The Wire, the big homies told the little boys to go and shoot and kill their best friend. You know what I'm saying? Because they thought he was snitching. He was just doing a bit too much. And to watch that scene was just, it breaks my heart every time I see that scene. Check out this small snippet right here.
You should have stayed down in the country, man.
Yo, I'm a nigga, yo. You fucking brought this on yourself, man. We boys. You brought this on yourself. You ain't gotta be like this, yo. We niggas, man, BC, you remember that? Come on. You wetting your fucking pants like you a little boy. Be a man. Stand up like a motherfucking man. That's us, man.
All right, so you guys just saw that small snippet. Like I said, I feel like this is The Wire in real life, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of times we see these fictional characters, we watch these fictional shows, not realizing that there's really people who are based on these characters. There's really people who act like that. And it's sad that this 25-year-old man manipulated all these boys in the neighborhood to do his fucking dirty work. And instead of the parents stepping up, they sat there and they allowed this shit to happen. And now you have 2 boys who are dead, and you have 2 boys who are probably going to end up going to prison for the rest of their life for this cold-blooded murder. Meanwhile, this 25-year-old is going to be sitting in prison with more stripes than we can count. You know, the whole situation to me is just really damn ridiculous. Anyways, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. Do you feel like the mother is to blame for this situation and she's mainly at fault? And then how do you feel about the mother allowing this grown man to sit there and be around her kids and manipulate her kids? And then do you feel like there could have been some things done that could have prevented this? You know, like when the boys came to her, has she done something? Has she called the police? Has she moved them out? Do you feel like this could have prevented the entire situation? So anyways, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.